the Republican Party of Miami-Dade County. Welcome, Senator Scott. Welcome, Senator Sullivan. Thank you all for being here. Thank you to all of our veterans. Thank you for your service throughout the years and your continued service for everything that you do for America and our community. God bless you all. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're here, obviously. We want to welcome Senator Scott, and he brought a guest with him, and we have several guests. Right now, let me go ahead and I'm going to introduce Vladimir Lorenzo. Vladimir is the owner of Vladimir Laminates, which is hosting us today.
Thank you to Senator Sullivan for flying down from Alaska to support us.
A long way!
And many thanks to Rick Scott. It's an honor to have you here with us and our veteran family. With this, I introduce Senator Rick Scott.
So thank you for being here. So I want to thank everybody for being here. First off, we have to support our military. Senator Sullivan, Dan and I sit next to each other. Dan and I want to thank Dan for coming up. We sit next to each other on armed services. If we don't support our military, then all the freedoms we believe in, they're going away. If you care about the freedom of liberty in Cuba, Venezuela, Nicaragua, wherever in Latin America, Colombia, Brazil, all the places where we have a struggle right now, if it wasn't for what Dan's doing and what we're doing on armed services, we're not going to have our freedoms. We're not going to be able to fight for them. So here he comes from Alaska. He's close to communism. He's close to Russia. So yeah, we'll see it. Yeah, it's close to us. So, but I want to thank Senator Sullivan for being here. He's down here campaigning for me to make sure we win this election. We have got to win this election, and we've got to get a majority. So, su apoyo es muy importante para mí. Gracias por su apoyo. La libertad, democracia y libertad en los Estados Unidos, Cuba, Nicaragua, Venezuela es muy importante. Gracias por el apoyo. Yo trabajo duro por todos los Estados Unidos, por la libertad de los Estados Unidos. Now let me turn it over to my friend, Dan Sullivan.
Okay, all right. Hello, Florida. Wow. It's a little warmer in Florida when it's in Alaska right now. I was saying, so you might be asking, like, hey, what are you doing, Senator Sullivan? You're like 5,000 miles from home. And I am. I checked today. I think it's from Miami to Anchorage. It's 4,920 miles. So I am 5,000 miles. I am 5,000 miles from home. What am I doing? I am here to support a great American in a great United States Senator, Rick Scott. Yeah, I just retired out of the Marine Corps after 30 years, so I got my Marine Corps hat. But I am here to support my good friend, and he is my good friend, Rick Scott. When you look at his background, this guy has done it all. Came out of poverty, built a company, a world-class company. By the way, what did he do? He served in the United States Navy, right? So he is a veteran. He used his GI Bill to go to college, and then he became a great governor of the state of Florida, and now he is a great United States Senator, and we have to make sure he gets reelected. Have to. All right, so let's talk about what he does in terms of veterans, in terms of the Armed Services Committee. We sit on that committee together, right? And we care. Everybody cares about the military, but you guys all know the veterans, they feel it because they've done it. They've served. They see the sacrifice. They've seen the family sacrifice. So Rick Scott, when we retake the Senate, when he gets reelected, and we Republicans take the Senate majority from Chuck Schumer, how about a big round of applause for that? Man, we got to get rid of that dude. Okay? He will be the chairman of the Personnel Subcommittee on Armed Services. He will be the chairman. Okay, that's 40% of the budget. Right now, he's what's called the ranking member. So he's the top Republican on that subcommittee. He has fought, and I've seen it firsthand, he has fought for pay raises for our military. He has fought for better health care for our military. He has fought to make sure this problem we have with suicide in our ranks is addressed. He has led on that right now. That's what he's doing. He's doing an amazing job. All right, let me make one final point on the difference. And it is a huge difference between Democrats and Republicans on so many issues, the border, the economy, inflation, you name it. But one of the biggest areas where there's a giant difference is on our military. I see this, we see this every day. Here's the difference. Republicans, we believe in peace through strength. We believe in peace through strength. That's how you avoid wars. We believe in building our military, increasing lethality, being strong. By the way, that's what every veteran in America wants. Every veteran. Democrats, and this isn't the fact, it's a fact, they don't believe in this at all. Think about it. Carter, Clinton, Obama, Biden, Harris, every single one of those administrations, they came into office, and the number one thing they did, they cut our military, they killed readiness. Biden and Harris had put forward 4 budgets in their 4 years. Every time they put forward a budget for the military, they cut it. They increased the budgets for every other federal agency by 20, 30%. The military always gets cut. This year's budget for Biden and Harris shrinks the Army, shrinks the Navy, shrinks the Marine Corps. You think Xi Jinping, the dictator in China, or Vladimir Putin, you think they're impressed? They're not impressed. We need Republicans who understand the military, like Rick Scott, reelected. We need to retake the Senate, retake the White House, and do what's the most important thing we can during these dangerous times, rebuild the lethality and strength of our military. And Rick Scott is 110% behind doing that. I'm very honored to be here with all these great veterans in Florida. Thank you, Rick Scott. Re-elect this great guy.
A tremendous job representing the people of Florida. Senator Scott has also done a tremendous job protecting America. And that's what counts the most. And by the way, our freedom is not free. Our freedom, unfortunately, is paid with blood. And it's the blood of the people standing behind me, the veterans, that have paid the price to keep us free. We need to support them. I know Senator Scott will support them. I will support them. And we need the state of Florida to help support Senator Scott by electing him and returning him to Washington so that he can help us here in the state of Florida, and also help America stay free and safe. And with that, thank you.
Of Florida, Rick Scott. He's done such a great job. He did a great job as a governor, and he's doing a great job as a senator. This is a team sport, and we need for you all to go out and vote. Elections will start Monday. We have early voting that starts on Monday, so please make sure that you go out and vote. Vote Republican. Vote for the entire ticket. My name is Adina Garcia, and my number is number 78. I'll see you at the polls. Always my pleasure to come back home. I know Mayor Bobo, who's not here today, who's also a Republican, and I always tell him he's my mayor. And I'm just here, I'm glad I'm in support of Governor Senator Rick Scott. This man is really a man of commitment. I know from the years that I've served as mayor in the city of Weston, he's gone out of his way to help individuals that are in our community, not just the city of Weston, but Broward County, whether it's settling an immigration issue, whether it's writing a letter for endorsement for an appointment at a military academy. Senator Scott's continually there for us. And for that, I'm very appreciative. As you might imagine, I'm a mayor of 70,000, and often a lot of times I get concerns. There's not a time that I don't pick up the phone and one of his staff members are readily available. And that's what's important. People run for the office, but this man actually is there to serve us continuously. Wherever you are in the state of Florida, I watch this man everywhere and how he serves our community. He's always available to the residents. And for that, I think we're grateful. More importantly, I'm grateful to call him my friend And he definitely has my vote as re-election for Senator of the great state of Florida, Senator.
Everybody, how you doing today? I think for 20 years, I served in the military, and also I was in the wrong side of the bed for 20 years. I was follow the crowd and still follow my instinct. All Haitians, we were born to be Republicans, but we don't know that. Because we stand for the value of families, we stand for all things that see to do with families, raising boys and girls, instead of raising confused kids. But we didn't know that. The media played our heads. I changed my hat. I switched back after the primary. And after I look up Mr. Former Governor with Scott, what he stands for, I couldn't stay in the sidewalk to say I'm not going to support a great man like him. I switched party. I became a Republican.
He's going to be representing us very well in the Senate. And I followed him all the way when he was a governor in Florida, respected his work, had outstanding work, and especially representing veterans. We thank you with a deep heart how you represent us in not only as a governor, but also in the Senate. And we need to keep you there. We need to really keep you there. As you know, as we say in the military, we have your six as veterans. Now I'm going to say a little.
Well, thank you, Senator Scott. I mean, you've been a friend of our community for so many years, friend of veterans. I served during Operation Desert Storm. I came from Puerto Rico 20 years ago to Naples with literally nothing. So I have lived my American dream to the point that I will be in the State House of Florida representing my district. And we need to make sure we can preserve that American dream for future generations and make sure that our seniors can keep enjoying their American dream. And the only person that can do that is Senator Scott. So don't be confused, because I know personally, coming from Puerto Rico, that, and this is to my Puerto Rican friends around the state now, let's not forget who was there for us after Hurricane Maria. Never forget who stood with the Puerto Rican people. He did. So we need to make sure that we go out and vote. I know Puerto Ricans are coming to the Republican Party, and I invite them because this is the party for all. So it is time to make sure that we re-elect President Trump and Senator Scott.
I mean, we spend unbelievable amounts of money. We got to do the same thing at the federal level. With regard to housing, the FEMA has a program. I'm talking to FEMA every day to make sure they have a mitigation program. That's not what's important now. What they have is a program that's going to help people that have lost their homes, and we're going to make sure that that FEMA gets out to the local communities so people can sign up as quickly as possible. I tell people we have 9 offices in the state. You need to sign up through FEMA for all the federal support.
Your stance on Amendment 4?
I said I oppose it. I'm pro-life.
What do you think about it?
Well, yo soy de la Florida. Me gusta la inmigración legal, la inmigración ilegal. Es muy importante que la frontera está completamente cerrada. Tienen una ley de inmigración legal.